Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. It's set up pretty much how I want it. That one I can pull out a bit further, this direction. So I've got complete, I'm going to get a fair bit of coverage from the holly. Hello, holly! But I can pull that a bit further to give it more coverage. That end's fine, it's bugger all getting through there. It's on bendy-ish ties, so it's not, okay, the power cord is not bendy, but it's got enough slack to go with the wind, not just try and stay rigid, otherwise it'll just rip. So, yeah, that side, it's like a fucking sail, catching every bit of wind. I have got it hooked on some holly branches, pulling it out, but it's not keeping it pulled out. So what I might do is get myself a long stick and bend the bark over the end of it so there's no sharp bits, push it out into there and wedge it in down here. That's one option. Another option is just saying fuck it and get on with it. Once I'm snuggled up in there, I'm not going to give a shit. As long as I'm not getting rained on. I mean, even with the setup, we have squirrels, because that is a fresh nutshell. I chose this area because there's no chestnut trees, it's just holly. Anyway, so that's me set up. I could tie that one off somewhere as well. Oh look, there's a bit of power cord from last time, which might actually reach if I give it a wiggle. Yeah, the only real issue is that little bit there. I'm going to pull it a bit further. All I got to do is untie that one, and that one when I've tied it on, and this whole side will flop down, and then I can just tie it to the bottom there. A 5-minute job at the most, and I'll have complete rain coverage. I'd rather have the wind get into me because I like the wind. I like a bit of breeze. But yeah, all I got to do now is put on the underquilt, and it's sorted. Got my food, which is probably still warm. My roast Indians in there. So yeah, more water. At some point, some booze. I've been cutting back a lot on the amount of booze I've been drinking lately. I noticed it was getting to be too much of a habit. I mean, yeah, I can use the excuse pain, but that's not the excuse anymore. Now it's just habit. So I'm knocking back a lot what I've been drinking. I had probably the equivalent of a double before I left the house, just to take the edge off. But that's all the booze I've had today. Says the man who's got a keg of ale fermenting in the house. But yeah, it's meant to be hammering down any time now, and the wind has definitely picked up a lot in the past 10 minutes. But yeah, good old holly trees. I have had a quick look and I cannot see anything dead above me branch wise. There's this one here, but that's not going to hit me if it comes off, and I'm leaving that one there for emergencies. What emergencies? In case I want to start a fire and I can't find anything else. There's plenty of deadwood around. I'm not going to go smacking off standing deadwood for the sheer sake of it. Having it up there means I've got dry, really good wood, dense wood, for a fire if there's an emergency. Same way with that on there. It's not dead, there's still a bit of life on it, but it's dying. So yeah, it's nice having standing deadwood sometimes, just so you've got dry wood if it does piss down. Because that'll mainly stay dry, it'll just drip off. Unlike the stuff on the ground, which soaks up the water for the most part. Yeah, I've got to pull that bit out a bit further, tie it on around this side somewhere, and that'll be me sorted. If it does get too breezy or too rainy, I'll drop down this side and tie that one there down here, and that'll give me complete coverage, because that end is already low enough to give me coverage. So it'll just be a case of dropping this down to there, untie that one, drop it down, and I'll be wrapped up, nice and oven ready. So yeah, waiting for the rain. And I brought my radio this time. I did actually bring some electronics this time. Last time all I brought was my phone. I haven't sat down properly yet. Oh, wow. I'm not getting to sit in the hammock. I would check to make sure it's the right height, and it is. It's got a nice hang, so that's all right. So I've got my lighter, I've got my radio. What else did I bring? Is that it? Oh. So yeah, I've got a couple of things I can put on. A bit of music. Classic FM with Jonathan Buffy and his hits from the movies, just as long as it's made by Jewish people, because that's all the music they fucking play. Right, I'm not having any food yet. I'm still stuffed from that roast dinner. That was half the battle coming up that bloody hill. I stuffed myself with food, like plate and a half piled of like drumsticks and chicken and goopy veg and meat and oh Christ. I mean, I've got to stop saying and I mean. So what I got in there is essentially roast dinner in a Tupperware. And I don't buy carrier bags, so I improvise. That plastic bag is what the roast chicken was delivered in. Well, the chicken was delivered in before I roasted it. That's an old toilet roll bag. And it's still steaming, condensation. So yeah. So I wasn't sure if these are new containers I got from Express. I wasn't sure if they're going to leak or not, because the biggest one, that rubber seal does not fit properly. But the smaller ones, yeah, that didn't leak. That seems nice enough. Got some roast veggies, roast potatoes, a lot of mushrooms, and of course a fair chunk of chicken. I mean, for however much you might say, oh, that chicken. Yeah, the chicken itself cost £7 because it was a medium to large one. The entire roast dinner cost less than a tenner. And if I do my usual thing of taking a carcass and boiling the crap out of it, that gives me stew for a week. Right. Music.